Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another eyebrow tutorial. In this eyebrow tutorial, we are going to be doing another talk through video, mainly because this is a new technique for me, something that I've been kind of like trying out within the last week or two. So I kind of want to just be able to explain thoroughly exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if you guys are interested in seeing a natural eyebrow tutorial, then please keep on watching. So if you've been following me for quite some time, you know I've always loved the bold, sharp, Instagram-like brow. I've always felt like it looked a lot better for makeup looks and things like that. But lately, I've kind of gone away from that. I've kind of been growing my eyebrows out a little bit more than they were. I've been telling my threading lady to just not take off anything, to just clean up, and I only go and see her about once a month now. What I do instead of going to get them threaded is I take this little eyebrow archer. I take this little eyebrow archer. I got a pack of 3 from Amazon. I just typed in eyebrow archers, and I'll use this. I use this to get underneath of my chin because I get hairs down there when I don't feel like plucking. And then I also use this just to clean up underneath any hairs or anything like that. So it is a razor. It isn't actually pulling the hair follicle out of the skin. It's more so just chopping it off the top. It's kind of like cutting grass. It's just kind of removing the top layer and not really getting anything in the roots or anything like that. So you can do whatever you want, but that's just what I've been doing lately because I've liked the kind of fuller eyebrow look and the thicker eyebrows. So that is that. Another thing that I've kind of gone away from is using pomades. So if you watched the last video, I talked about pomades, pencils, what else? Pomades, pencils, pens, things like that. There's a bunch of different ways that you can use products and different products to do your eyebrows. Personally for me, I've just strictly stuck with eyebrow pencils, and my favorite eyebrow pencil is still the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. The reason I like it is because it has a really fine point and I can get natural hair-like strokes. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit chit-chatting as far as what I'm gonna be doing and just go ahead and do it. If you haven't already gone ahead and subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you tap the notification bell because if you don't, you might not be notified whenever I post a video. So if you want to know when I post, hit that button as well, and let's go ahead and get started. I scooted in quite a bit. I'm going to use the spoolie end. I always use a spoolie just to brush through my hairs. I'm not I don't know. I am very surprised that I like for my eyebrows to look like this because I've always kind of gone away from it. I've always liked a, defined, structured brow, but this way has, I feel like it's just been looking nice. So what I'm going to do is take the pencil and I'm going to draw. I'm still going to start how I normally do and just draw a line underneath. And this is the base of your eyebrow. This line that you're drawing is the base. So this just gives you the guideline of how thick or how thin you want your brows to be. And then now I'm going to start doing upward strokes. So this is going to mimic the way of hair, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to start by stroking upwards, and I'm not gonna fill it in to where it looks unnatural, but I am going to make sure that any of the sparseness is kind of being covered by the pencil. And your pressure can be as heavy as you want. And then I always go back in with a spoolie just to kind of brush it all the way through to make sure that everything's blending. Also do upwards and outward strokes out here as well. And with this method, I find that I could be as messy as possible because with this eyebrow, the natural eyebrow, I'm not trying to make it super defined and super defined and super structured. I want it to kind of be a little messy. I want it to be a little natural. I want it to be a little unruly, because that is how my eyebrow naturally looks. And the whole purpose is to just fill it in lightly to fill in sparse areas. So I have really been loving this way. And don't get me wrong, this eyebrow isn't for everybody. If you don't have naturally full brows, you might want to use either a pomade or like a waxier pencil, so to speak. Not waxy, but you're not going to be able to mimic the hair-like strokes as easy as, say, myself or someone with hair might, if that makes any sense. I have a ton of eyebrow videos, though. I have a ton of eyebrow videos, so I feel like on my channel you'll be able to find an eyebrow video that would work for you. If you like the more defined brow, so be it. If you like a brow like this, so be it. I want to give you guys options, variety, you know, different things until you find what you like. Also with eyebrows, it's hit or miss, you guys. Like, literally, I can go through the past 7 years showing you guys, longer than that, oh my gosh, the past 10 years showing you guys my eyebrows and how they've gone from being really, really thin to really thick to really thin again to really thick again. Like, my eyebrows just fluctuate, and they'll fluctuate again. I might go back to doing my defined Instagram brows or things like that, but lately I've been liking this brow. I feel like it just looks a little more natural. I don't feel like it looks all harsh and everything. Like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago I did my eyebrows and I was just like, that looks a mess. Like, that looks bad. So I've just kind of gone away from it. So I just want you guys to not be discouraged and just to do what you do and find something that works for you. I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow. Same thing. I'm going to start by spooling it up, and then I'm going to follow the brow. And then start pulling upwards. Now, one of my eyebrows is thinner than the other, so with that, I just kind of fake it till I make it, because in my eyebrow videos, I get a lot of questions about how to make my eyebrows look even and how I get them even and how to make them look alike. My eyebrows never, ever look alike. Eyebrows are sisters. They're not twins. Me and my sister are worlds apart. We're so different. So different. People don't even think we have the same mother. Different. And I like to think that with my eyebrows. Now, some of the, like this eyebrow, I'll try to like use a little concealer just to kind of thin it out a little bit. But most of the time when I take pictures, I usually take it from an angle. So I'll take it from like this angle, or I'll take it from like this angle. But very rarely do I take my pictures face on. You can go and look. Well, actually, since I've gone away from like the beauty pictures, I don't take them very like straight on. Actually, I've never really liked taking them straight on. I don't know, but it always kind of like has the fact that one eyebrow doesn't look like the other. So that's a little tip for pictures. But if you really, really, really want your eyebrows to look alike, you just have to like kind of go back and forth and just tweak with them. So the next step, the final step in my eyebrow routine, well, it's actually not the final step, but the next step is using an eyebrow gel. So I have 2 different eyebrow gels. It depends on the kind of look that I'm going for. Lately, I've been using this CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. This is a Shape and Define eyebrow gel, and this is in the shade Soft Brown, so it'll give my eyebrows a little bit of a lighter look. This one is the Benefit Give Me Brow, and this one's a little bit darker. This is shade number 5, the same exact shade in that pencil, and these just give you like a little bit of a it has like fibers in it, so it'll make it look a little fuller. So in areas where you might not have applied some pencil, the eyebrow gel will give it a little bit of color, and also it's going to swipe my eyebrows up. You might want to trim your eyebrow hairs if you are going to go for a little bit more natural eyebrow look and you want it to like kind of like go up and look a little more feathery. You can go ahead and trim them so they don't look like really long, but my eyebrow hairs aren't very long. But this is just brushing the eyebrow hairs up just to give it a little more bushy hair-like effect, and then I'm going to clean it up because I don't like I like natural brows, and maybe if I was going for like a no makeup look, I might not clean them up, but 9.5 times out of 10 I am cleaning up my eyebrows. I just prefer the look of a sharper under brow than it not being highlighted or cleaned up, and plus it just creates a clean line for when I go in with eyeshadow. So for that, I'm going to use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade D40. I always use one that's like 2 to 3 to 4 shades lighter than my skin tone. It is the summertime, so my skin tone is a little darker, so this does look a little brighter on me, but I still like to use it. So I'm using a flat definer brush from Sigma. This brush is like a brush that you'd use underneath of your brows or to smudge your lash line, something like that, but I've used it for concealer for so long that it literally has no other purpose. So I'm going to use this, just go directly underneath and clean it up and then drag it down. You always want to make sure that you're dragging it down. The reason I'm telling you this before I do it is because it makes it very hard, because I like to get right up underneath in my mirror. I like to have my elbow on my desk or my, whatever I'm using underneath of me, so I have a steady hand all the way across, and I'm just going to clean it up. And I also kind of like tilt my head back just a tiny bit. I never I can go like this, but most of the time I'll tilt it back. So I am going to take a little bit of foundation. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I've been sneezing so much the past 2 days. Holy cow. I'm going to use that just to go over out here just to create like a point. Because I do still like a pointed tail. And then right up here. There we go. We have a full, natural looking brow. And then as you can see, I'm just kind of wiping away. I am going to do makeup, so this point doesn't really matter, but if you were doing like a more natural look or a more natural face, you might want to use a concealer that's a little closer to your skin tone, so that way it doesn't look as harsh. And then just use your fingers just to blend away anything excess, and then boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. We have ourselves some brows. They still look filled in, they still look full, they just look a little more like hairy, unruly, like not as harsh and defined, personally, in my opinion. I don't know, I've just been liking them like this lately. Then after I'm probably done with my makeup, like my entire face, I'm just going to do more upward light strokes right here in the front, just to give it a little more hair-like appearance. But And that's it, you guys. Let me know if you found something helpful in this video, if you're going to try out this method, if you are going to try out a more natural looking brow. It is summertime, you know, ain't nobody got time to be having all that stuff on your face, you know. But definitely keep me in the loop. Let me know down in the comment section if this is something that you would try out, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!